How you guys doing this evening? You guys are excited, man.
Yes, coach.
That is so cool. I love it. I love that you guys are so excited, man. Really, really cool. So let's get the ball rolling, man. Today I'm going to talk about life investments and cash value insurance. Basically, the fundamentals of what we do for families. Okay, so today you're going to learn like why was this company actually built, how this company started. Okay, this company, you may or may not know that this company started in 1977 to correct an injustice in the life insurance industry. In 1977, Art Williams found out, actually it was in 1967, he found out that his dad, okay, so first of all, he died when he was 13 years old. His dad died when he was 13 years old. And he saw with his own eyes his mom struggle financially because she had the wrong type of insurance, little of the wrong type of insurance. And today we're going to talk about the wrong type of insurance. So then in 1967, when he was 29 years old or so, he met up with one of his friends who was an attorney, and he told him about buy term and invest the difference. And he realized right away, dang, the insurance agent that sold my parents' insurance could have sold my parents this kind of insurance, and instead of my dad dying with $10,000 in coverage, with the same monthly payment, he could have bought $100,000 of life insurance. So my mom wouldn't have struggled financially. So he got mad about that, and he started Primerica. That's how Primerica started. Somebody had to die to start this company, Primerica. So this is more than just selling insurance. This is a crusade. What we do is a crusade. It's a cause-driven company. So in 1977, the company started, and back then there was about 3,000 life insurance companies in the United States. And out of all the companies that were out there, all of them sold the wrong kind of insurance and term insurance. And Primerica, back then it was called A.L. Williams. The guy that started the company, his name is Art Williams, so he named the company after himself, right? A.L. Williams. And his company was the only company that sold term insurance 100% of the time. So think about this, okay? There's 3,000 companies, and only one of them does what's right 100% of the time. And guess what? We started knocking out companies. We started taking companies out of business. We started let me mute this person. We started getting companies out of business because we were replacing so much business. The company started growing like crazy that it almost went out of business because it went too big, too fast. So, yeah, so now, 3,000 in 1977, right? Guess how many companies there are now, today? Well, you guys know the answer. That's awesome. Thank you. You just killed my punchline. All right, training's over, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Coach, what is it? What's the number, Coach? What is it?
Ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Coach, yeah, Coach, what is it?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Only 7.
Wow.
Only 700 companies now.
Coach.
I am so dead. And you are so dead. And you are so dead. So crazy, right? There's 3,000 insurance companies, and now there's only 700 companies available. Think about that. You know who did that? Primerica did that. That's right. Primerica has taken so many companies out of business. So if you Google Primerica, there's going to be a bunch of people talking trash about our company. They don't like us because we replace a lot of their business. Insurance companies are the ones that type all the negative things about our company. Here's a cool thing, a fun fact about our company. Today, we are still the only life insurance company in America today that Still, the only one that sells term 100% of the time.
Dang.
I want you guys to remember this later on because you're probably wondering, okay, big deal. Why term only? What's so bad about cash value life insurance? And that's what today's class is all about, okay? So you're going to learn so much today, and you're going to become crusaders about what we do because what we do is right. We're not just this little insurance little deal. You know what I mean? We do what's right 100% of the time. Did you know that that's our motto? So write it down. Our motto is we do what's right 100% of the time. That's our motto.
Do what's right.
Okay, so write that down. And you should know that because and then we stand by that. We stand by what we preach. So the two things that we do, okay? We do, where's the center? Middle, okay. Keep thinking center. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right, so our philosophy, okay, so I told you what's our motto, right? Our motto is we do what's right 100% of the time. So that's our motto. Our philosophy is we do buy term, you see that? And invest the difference. The difference. Maybe I should move it like this. The difference. Okay. I used to be a math teacher. Can you tell?
Yeah.
This is called math teacher writing right here. Buy term and invest the difference. So let's talk first. So there's two components here, okay? There's buy term component, and then there's invest the difference component. So we do both of these separately. Okay? All right, so here we go. So this is what we're going to do first. First, we're going to talk about investments. Okay. So let's learn a little bit of statistics. 60% of Americans have saved less than $50,000 for retirement. 36% have only $10,000 put away. So think about this. If you retire, let's say you're 65 years old, you're retired, right? And you only have $50,000 in your retirement in your 401k, what's going through your mind, guys? I mean, that's not good. I'm not in good shape. I have a question for you guys. How long is this money going to last you guys? Maybe 3 months? Dang, all right. Somebody likes to spend money, right? Let's say you're super frugal. You're like very frugal. But you still have a mortgage because you didn't have a financial plan. You still have credit cards. You still have a car payment. But you're very frugal. How long do you think it would last?
6 months.
6 months? Wow.
Like a year?
Okay, a year. A year is more realistic. Okay? Yeah, it's nothing. So bottom line is that people don't have any money. So a person that has this type of savings, they're looking at their account and they're saying, dang, I can't retire yet. I can't retire right now. I probably have to keep on working. And have you guys met people that are 60, 65 years old still working? Yeah? Where's the last person that you saw that's working at age 65? Who do you remember? Anybody?
My aunt.
Your aunt?
Yeah.
Where does she work?
She's a housekeeper.
Well, how old is she?
She's like 63, 60.
63 years old?
Yeah.
Housekeeping. Go ahead.
I used to have a man on my crew. He was 85. Wow. His name was Ed.
Wow. What kind of crew is that? Construction?
No, in transportation industry.
Transportation?
Yeah.
Wow.
Moving cars for
Aracelis?
When I used to work at Rubio's, there's this lady that I met. She's in her 80s, and I also saw her work at Del Taco. And she told me her 3 kids are living in her house on her couch, not doing nothing, and she's working 2 jobs.
Dang. Crazy.
Sucks.
Who else? Anybody else?
Marriott also, we have the secretary, she's 82. And then the housekeepers, most of them are about, around 60, 62.
62 years old. How about your grandparents? Did your grandparents work Pretty late in life? Who remembers their grandparents working late in years?
My grandma till 78.
Your grandpa till 78? Somebody over here? Anybody else? Right? My grandfather worked till he was 75 years old. And then he couldn't work anymore because his ankle got messed up. And that's it. He retired after that. At age 75, working. If his ankle would have been good, he would have kept working. Because why? Because he saved zero for his retirement.
My grandpa used to say, I know I look old, but as long as I could dance, I could work.
Who's a stud? Who's a stud? Can you bring my coffee? I like to sip. All right. So, dang, what a stud, grandpa right there. More than 60% of Americans say they worry more about running out of money in retirement than death. Crazy. Imagine you're stressed, you're anxious because you're afraid of running out of money. You're more afraid of that than dying. That's pretty sad, right? So that's one of the beauties of what we do. You guys, we all help people with their finances. And this is what we teach. We teach people how money works, right? We show people, look, most people put their money in the middleman, which is the banks or insurance companies like Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America. Anybody bank in any of these three?
Woo-hoo.
Like 90% of the room, right?
What's five goes? On me.
Where's Team Chase? Chase. Team Chase?
Ooh.
Team Wells Fargo?
Woo!
Team Bank of America? Now you know who's getting screwed the most, right? Bank of America. They're like, and there was like 8 people that raised their hand, guys. None of them said, woohoo. They all went like this. So most people put their money, and what do? You ready for this one? Fun facts. Ready? Don't give this information on KT. This is too much information. This is information for you, okay? Did you know that banks could get your money? You put in 1, they could lend out 10. Did you know that? This is the law. So let's say you put in $10,000 in there. Yeah. They could get the 10,000 and legally lend out 100,000. And it's legal. It's crazy, right? So they lend out 10x. And how much do they get from the global economy? 8 to 28%. And that's nothing, in form of loans and credit cards. I've seen personally in the last 3 years, I had a client that his credit card interest rate was 45%. Who beats that, by the way? Anybody else has seen something worse than that? That's the highest I've seen. How about you? 29%? I've seen a client 45%, guys, on a credit card. Huh?
Did they have really bad credit?
No, it's just the credit card companies. On the fine print, if you read it, they're allowed to spike up your interest rate whenever they want to. Check out your statement. Read the fine print. So 8 to 28% returns. That's why if you go to the big cities, like downtown LA, downtown San Diego, downtown San Francisco, all the big buildings are owned by what? Banks, insurance companies, and investment companies. Have you ever thought about that? And how much do they give us? You break a penny. Who has a penny in here? Anybody have pennies? Nobody has pennies nowadays. All right? Imagine a penny and you divide it into 100 little pieces. And then they give you one of those little pieces. That's what this is right here. So they get your money, they make millions, and then they give you nothing, but they used your money. So that's not right. Everybody say that ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. So we expose them. Our company exposes banks and insurance companies on how they take advantage of people. We teach people, look, bypass the middleman, invest directly in the global economy, and you get the returns that the global economy gives. For example, did you know that mutual funds since 1924 have averaged 9 to 12% return? Did you guys know that? Okay, now check this out. I'm going to prove it to you. Because a lot of people are like, that's good, you know, it sounds pretty, but is it true? Show me the facts, okay? So what I did is I just went to the stocks application. You guys all have it, okay? I'm gonna just talk as if you've never heard this before, okay? I know some of you guys have heard this before, but there's a lot of new people in the room. You guys all have that app. If you have a cell phone, an iPhone, okay? Android, there's a bunch of apps you could download, but it's an app called Stocks, okay? So if you download that or you check it out, you click on that, this is how it looks, just like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you these three things right here: the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, okay? These are called indices, right? And basically, they are what shows how the market is doing in general, okay? So for example, the Dow Jones is made up of the 30 top companies in the United States, okay? These are the top companies in every industry, every sector in the United States. So for example, in the banking industry, they just choose Chase. Chase is the biggest bank in the world. Does that make sense? Procter & Gamble in consumer industry, Procter & Gamble is the biggest one. They're the ones that make your toothpaste and all these different things, right? The biggest tech company, you have Apple or Google. Does that make sense? The biggest industry in retail, you got Amazon. You see that? So the top 30, that's what makes up the Dow Jones. Everybody with me? Yeah? Okay. So how they do pretty much is how everybody's gonna do. You see that? So it's like a little thermometer of how the economy is doing, right? So if the economy is sick, they put a thermometer. You know how they used to do, open your mouth, boom, they put it, and you're like, you have fever. That means the economy is not doing good. They determine it through the Dow Jones. Get it? Same thing with the S&P 500, same thing with the NASDAQ. But the S&P 500 is, instead of 30, it's 500 companies. The top 500 companies in the United States, with their capital, right? It's called the capital appreciation. So basically the top 500. I'm going to look at that one because that's the most common one that people use, okay? So check this out. Remember I said, over here, let me go back, okay? Now that you know what I just explained. Did you know that mutual funds have averaged 9 to 12%, while the banks only give you 0.01? What, is this a huge little difference or a huge difference? It's a huge difference, right? So now check this out. The S&P 500, here is a graph, a chart of the last 10 years. You see that? Look at this. This is so cool. You see this little dip right here? That's COVID. You see how it sharply went down? But notice, it didn't go down all the way down to zero, right? The market doesn't do that. It never goes bankrupt because people buy phones, people buy mugs, people need plastic, right? People need cars, people need gas, right? People need makeup, people need toilet paper, people need stuff, right? People need electricity, energy, okay? So so can you lose all your money? That's a question that people have, and I'm going to get more into detail. The answer is no, because that would be the end of the world. Does that make sense? All right, so now, so was COVID pretty bad? You remember COVID? Yeah. It was pretty bad, huh? Remember they locked us down? They shut down stuff? Right? It was crazy. Fun? All right. For some people, it was fun. Some people almost died. Some people actually died.
Millions.
Right? It was pretty bad. But look, the economy not only didn't end, but it actually grew. How much did it grow? You ready for this? Look at this. This is going to blow you away. 105% in a span of over less than a year. 100%. The market doubled on the bottom part of the market. It doubled, boom, in less than a year. But people got scared, right? But investors don't get scared, right? That's why mutual funds are beautiful. That's why mutual funds are beautiful, because mutual funds, you don't manage them. People that understand that when they buy low, sell high. You see that? They buy low, sell high. They know. They don't get scared with money. So they manage your money so that you could take advantage and clients could take advantage of the boom 100% jumps. Does that make sense? Okay? All right. So I'm going to use 2 fingers, all right, for this app. You use 2 fingers. I'm going to put them on the chart. You see my 2 fingers?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go all the way to the left and all the way to the right. In the middle, you see a green percentage. What do you see in the middle? 187%. You guys all see 187%?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So that's the total return in 10 years. So now divide 187 by 10. What do you get? All you guys are pulling out your calculators. Look at you. You guys are so cute. So cute.
18.7.
You guys forgot basic algebra? Just move the decimal to the left once. Forgot about that? Too much time? Pulling out your calculator takes too much time.
I just did it.
2 seconds, guys.
Okay, the answer, 18.7%. Guys, per year.
Wow.
That's how much is growing.
I only get 1 wow out of that? That's amazing.
Wow.
Trick it. Come on, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Seriously. For real. Okay, show me another place that you can get 18% per year. Every year. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, it's definitely not a big one.
Wow. This is a big deal, guys. See, if you guys learn how to explain this properly to a client, you'll do business with everybody. This is crazy, guys. Nobody knows this. They don't teach this stuff in school. Was this hard? This is like, do you get it? Oh, who doesn't get it? Raise your hand if you don't get it. George, you don't get it? Raise your hand.
Just a number.
There's a class after the class, okay? Para los burritos. This is so dummy proof. Anybody could understand this. It's so crazy that they don't teach this stuff in school. It's still mind-boggling. I was a math teacher 23 years ago, and they didn't allow me to teach this in my class. This class that I'm doing to you guys, I did it to my high school students. They were all like, wow, Mr. Avila, that's amazing, that's great. And then I got caught, and I almost got fired. I almost got fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then you fired your boss, though, right?
Huh?
But you fired your boss in the end.
Well, yeah, come on. I want to teach this stuff. And I'm not allowed to teach it. I'm like this. My hands are tied behind my back. It's pretty ridiculous, man. But you know what, guys? This is something that people should know, okay? All we're talking about is 9 to 12%. But I just showed you that in the last 10 years, the market has done, without you even trying, without a mutual fund manager, without a guru, you know what I mean, that knows how to invest. You just put your money in there, boom, you would have gotten 18% in the last 10 years. But we teach people, look, so when we say 9 to 12%, guys, we're low-balling it. We're low-balling it. Like it's conservative invest. It's a conservative number. You get that? All right, let's continue. So we teach people to have an emergency fund and a retirement plan, a Roth IRA specifically. Why? Because it's tax-free, and you should all have a mutual fund. Okay? I'm not going to embarrass you and say, raise your hand if you have a mutual fund. Or even worse, raise your hand if in this room you do not have a mutual fund. I'm not going to embarrass you like that, right? Some of you guys are, all right, go ahead and raise your hand. I mean, I'm not asking you to do that. I said I'm not going to embarrass you. But if you don't have one, it's probably because you're brand new, okay? Or you need to be in my class after this class, okay? All right. You don't get it. So who benefits from learning this information, guys? Everybody, right? Okay, this blew me away. Okay, this totally blew me away. It's called the power of compound interest. When I started Primerica, the guy said, Raul, can you invest $200 a month? I said, nope. I'm broke, man. I can't do that. That's crazy. I can't do that. Believe me, I cannot do that. And then he said, Raul, can you save $50 a week? And I said, yeah, I think I could do that. And then he said, dummy, that's $200 a month. And I said, oh, okay, you got me. Yeah, I guess I could do $200 a month. So then he said, look, Raul, if you save $200 a month for 35 years, that's $84,000 that you would put away. But if you invest that money at 3%, there's your $84,000, right? Then he said, if you find a place that gives you 6%, there's your $84,000. And now I started getting interesting, right? Yeah. And then he asked me, what do you think is going to be at 12%? Christian, do not say anything, okay? You too, Aracelis.
I'm so dead.
Have you ever seen this before?
No.
What do you think is the answer?
Like 5,000?
500,000? Okay. Have you seen this before? What's your answer?
What's your guess?
What do you think it is? Give me your best logical guess. And look at the pattern, by the way, right? 3% was this, 6% was that. Hmm? 552,000. Wow, that's a very specific number.
You did math on it.
Raise your hand if you've never seen this before. I mean, besides, okay, what is your guess? What would be your guess? 560,000, right? Okay, awesome. Anybody else want to guess? All right, check this out, guys. When I saw this for the first time, my answer was $500,000. It's so crazy everybody falls for this. This is so amazing. I love this slide. You ready for this? Yeah. Ready to be blown away? Look at this, guys.
That's it, we're millionaires.
$1.3 million. Now look at this. When I saw this for the first time, I started thinking, how the heck does $84,000 turn into $1.3 million? And then on top of that, when I saw this for the first time myself, I saw the quote here, and then I saw Albert Einstein. And you know, I'm a teacher. I went to college, so this brings immediate credibility, right? And I'm like, dude, if Albert Einstein said it, this has to be true. And now I'm really interested. Like, how the heck does $84,000 turn into 1.3? And who the heck gives you 12%? Those are the two immediate questions that went through my mind, right? So I already showed you 12%, and now you understand the beautiful power of compound interest. This is how the rich get richer. Have you ever wondered, how do the rich get rich, man? Yeah. I mean, especially here in the Coachella Valley, we see country clubs, we see El Paseo, we see people driving in Lamborghinis, all these different golf clubs, people golfing all day long. I'm like, what do they do for a living, you know? Have you ever wondered that? Yeah. I wondered that all the time when I was young. And then I saw this slide and I said, I figured it out. I mean, I didn't figure it out, I found out. Primerica showed me the secret of the rich and famous. That's what was going through my mind, you know? So then guess what I did? I started my mutual fund account right away. By the way, look at this. If you open up a Roth IRA, all this money is tax-free. So you don't pay taxes on that. If you were to pay taxes on that, let's say 20% taxes, that means that you're not really getting a 12%. Because if you put it in a Roth IRA, you're actually getting like about 18 to 20% because you're not paying any taxes. You get that?
Yeah.
It's crazy, guys. I know. Your heads are hurting. I'm like, oh my God. It's amazing. So how does a Roth IRA work? Minimum investment is $25 a month. And the maximum investment that you could do this year is $7,000 per year, which is $583 a month. And guys, that should be your goal. Every single one of you guys. Like if you're hanging out with me and my wife, you are going to be a millionaire because we're going to get you to where we're at. I'm not going to get to where you're at, you know? I used to be where you're at. If you're where I used to be, I'm not, you know what I mean, right? Like, I used to be broke, paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, bad credit, couldn't save $1,000. I just checked my credit today because we're buying my wife a brand new car, which is, it's going to be awesome. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to bring it and you're going to be like,
First test drive, I volunteer.
first get your driver license, mija. I'm so dead.
Oh, okay. It's todo, George. We're in this together.
My credit score right now is 805%. 805. My credit score, you know, guys, I used to have like 400 or whatever the.
It's my money.
Dang, dude. I used to be really bad financially, guys. Like terrible financial. Student loans, credit cards, paycheck to paycheck. Couldn't save $1,000.
Where's my money?
Where's my money?
So you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go back to that Raul Avila. I'm not going to go back to that Raul Avila. Unless, hey, God is in control, but God took me out of it, yeah. Hey, he took Job, you know, so whatever God wants, right? But I'm gonna pull you to be a millionaire. You're not gonna pull me to be a non-millionaire, okay? So then, guys, what you gotta do is open up your Roth and max out your Roth. That's your goal. When I started Primerica, I could only do $25 a month. That's all I could do. I started with $50 a month. That's what I started saving, $50 a month. I did start the $50 a week, but then I started overdrafting my account because I was really bad money manager. And so I just went back to $50 a month. I said, what's the minimum that I could save in this Roth IRA? He said $50 a month. All right, I'm just gonna do $50 a month. So that's how I started, guys. But little by little, I've been maxing out my Roth IRA. Little by little, eventually I got to max out my Roth IRA. And then I started my wife's Roth IRA. And now her Roth IRA is maxed. Now what's next? We started having kids. Ruby's Roth IRA. Then we maxed out Ruby's Roth IRA. And now we started at Marina's Roth IRA. We maxed it out. Now we're maxing out all the Roth IRAs. So we're maxing out in our household, we max out 5 Roth IRAs.
Almost 3 grand.
That's what we do, guys. That's us. I'm not boasting. I'm giving you your future. I'm painting a picture of your future. That's what you're going to be at. You're going to be saving so much money that you're going to be in a way better situation than you are right now. Okay? So I come from poverty, like real bad poverty, to money's not an issue anymore. And you could do that too. You just have to apply what we preach. You make sure you're applying what we preach.
583, what do you mean by that?
583 is the breakdown of $7,000 a year. So if you do this every month, that means after 12 months, you're going to be maxing out your Roth IRA in a 12-month period. If you're over age 50, your max is actually $8,000. So you could actually add an extra $1,000 to your Roth IRA. In a Roth IRA, your money grows tax-free and all withdrawals after age 59 and a half. If you wait to age 59 and a half. So it grows tax-free, and at age 59 and a half, you could withdraw money tax-free. And in case of an emergency, you could withdraw the principal with no penalty. Okay? What's that?
Somebody was taking a picture.
Yep. There it is. Okay, so that's a Roth IRA. We're good?
Yes.
Okay. What are the fees? Is it free, right? Nothing is free unless you do it yourself. Actually, there are mutual funds that are free, but you're not getting no help. You're on your own. You're doing everything yourself, okay? What are the fees? You pay 5.5% of new money. This is the product that we sell right here. You could 5% of new money. So for example, if you save $100 a month, you're going to pay $5.50 in fees, and $94.50 of your money is going to go into your mutual fund account. And then the interest that it grows is free. You don't pay fees on the interest. You only pay a fee on the principal. Okay, let me go back so you could, if you want to take a picture of that. Okay? So that's a mutual fund.
You said after 50, you can invest additional 1,000 or at 50 you can start
At age 50, you could add an extra 1,000. It's called a catch-up amount.
Is the more you invest, like, is the fee higher?
The more you invest, the fee is less. Thank you for bringing that up. It's called a break point. Okay, a break point. You're going to learn this eventually, so you might as well take notes and learn about it, right? A break point means that the more you invest, the less the 5.5%, right? It goes all the way down to zero at the amount of $1 million. So let's say you get a client that says, I got $1 million to invest. They get to invest for free. So you could attract people that have $1 million to invest. They don't pay no fees. It's free.
When you said max out your IRA, right? Does that mean that you can only put a certain amount, or you can put more than a certain amount?
Oh, good question. Once you max out your Roth IRA, that's it. You cannot put more money into it, or else you get penalized. The government penalizes you. So what happens? So when you max out your Roth IRA, then now focus on, and you still got more money and you still got more time this year, because it's per year, right? So then just focus on maxing out your daughter's Roth IRA, because yours is good. Now open up your daughter's Roth IRA, right? Let's say you're single, no kids, then you're just gonna have to wait till next year, or fund your dad or your mom's Roth IRA. They'll be pretty happy that you did that.
So she said, you put $1 million, they won't charge you, but what if you put like 30,000?
30,000, so it's 5.5% up to 50,000. You're getting really technical now, so I'm not gonna get more technical than this, okay? At 50,000, the percentage goes down to about 5%, and then the more you invest, it goes down. The more you invest, got it?
Let's start with 7,000.
Why? Do you have 30,000 to invest? Question over here. Yes, that's right. You hear that, guys? Good question. Every year you max it out, and the government changes it. Like 2 years ago, it was 6,500, but now it's 7,000. So as time is passing by, the limit is actually increasing because of inflation and people are living longer. Blah blah blah. Question?
So my question was similar. So it's, let's say I'm 53. I max out on 8 this year, and next year I can add another 8.
Yes.
Keep on growing it. It's just yearly.
Yes. Yes, sir. Good question. You know what, guys? This is good to know. Even though you're not securities, like you're like, but I'm not secure. I can't even sell this product. You know how awesome it is for you to start explaining this stuff to people? Yeah. Like you'll sound like, whoa, this guy knows what he's talking about. My wife knows all this stuff. I hear her talking about Roth IRAs and blah, 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 blah. She knows everything. And so when I hear her, I'm like, she can't sell it, but she knows it. Yeah. See that? So when if a client throws a question at her, she's like, here it is, pa, 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 pa. You see what I mean? Question over here? The older you get, yes.
Like if you're like 70, because you do run into people like that.
Yes, remember after age 50, they could put 8,000 instead of 7,000.
But it doesn't matter.
That's it.
The age
Between 50 and up, it's 8,000.
But then you were
Why is there a limit? Right? Is anybody curious about that?
yeah.
Why is there? That's a question I should ask. The reason there's a limit is because the IRS knows that rich people with a lot of money don't want to pay no taxes. So they would dump all their money into a Roth IRAs to not pay taxes, right?
So let me give
So
you
there's a
an
limit.
example. So Raul and I make $500,000. Primerica 1099. So we file our corporation, but times 7, that's 35,000. So it brings down our tax bracket. So you guys don't worry about making a lot of money because this is one way you bring it down.
That's one of the many ways.
One of the many, yeah.
Hold on. Question over here.
Can you give like the 7 in one go or no? And then
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to. Let's go back to this slide, okay? You don't have to save monthly, right? So you see this right here?
So it could be one and done, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. One and done, and then wait till next year. Some people do it like in December. They got to get rid of their money, so pay less taxes. Some people do it lump sum. Some people in the summer, they're like, Raul, I make no money in the summer. Can I not save? Give me 1 second. Can I not save the next 3 months and then start again in November? I'm like, yeah, you could do it. It's super flexible. It's a tu gusto. Es como quieras, right? Question?
You were saying also that you could invest $1 million. So if you have $1 million to invest, can you put it all in the first time, or because there's a
Okay.
how does that work?
Woo, technical question. Okay. So let's say they have $1 million in a retirement plan. They could roll it over into a, if it's a Roth, then they could roll it over into a Roth. Does that make sense? But if it's $1 million cash or in the bank or in any other type of account besides retirement plan, they're going to have to open up 2 accounts. One account, $7,000, and the other almost $1 million into a individual account. But it's still a mutual fund, so it's still growing. You see what I mean? But it's not a retirement, so it doesn't have tax benefits. See what I mean?
Basically, every year he's just gonna
As it grows, you have to pay taxes.
every year.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I could get more technical within that, but it will get really deep. Because there's other IRAs that you could invest more money, pero that's too much information. Too much.
You don't pay taxes on it if you don't pay the cost of investment if you do $1 million.
Yeah, no. The $1 million is you don't pay a fee, not taxes, a fee. So it's those are 2 separate things, okay? Question?
When you say per year, most people think it's from December to December, but when to when is the year? When
Ooh.
does the year start?
That's too technical. You guys are getting really technical, man. Okay. It's from January till April 15th of next year. Tax day. Technical question. I just lost like 50% of the room, bro. Go ahead.
So how?
What are the different IRAs, the ones you were talking about right now?
Hold on. Somebody just started talking. Say it again, Erika.
I wanted to know what were the different IRAs.
Different IRAs.
that you were
Dang, we're getting technical here. But it's good. I like that you guys are asking a lot of questions, right? I got you, bro. IRAs, you ready for this? Another technical, write them down, guys. I see almost nobody writing stuff down. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna quiz you. Did you know that? We're gonna do the Wheel of Fortune thing.
Let's do it.
Aracelis, come on up. Right here.
Not me. I don't want
Right here, Aracelis. All right. The question is, what are the type of IRAs? You ready?
Yes.
There's a Roth IRA. Write it down. Traditional IRA. SEP IRA. SEP. Yep. And then simple IRA. There's 4 major types of IRAs. Okay. The average person could only open up traditional and Roth. But if you have an EIN number, a corporation, a business, a real business has an EIN number, you could open up a SEP IRA and a simple IRA. Google it. All this stuff is in the, here, write this down. IRS.gov. IRS.gov. Everything you want to know about this is in that website. The IRS. This is not a Primerica product. This is This is a government product. Government. The Primerica part is the investment, that it grows. That's the Primerica part. See that? But the tax stuff and the retirement stuff and all that stuff, that's the IRS. Okay? So those are the type of IRAs, but there's a lot of different more types of retirement plans. I know the question you guys want to know, right? 401k, 403b, Keogh plans, profit sharing, 457. It's okay, guys. It's too much. I know. It's okay. It's okay. We got to move on to the next part of class. No. You guys wanted me to read to you the freaking IRS, the tax code on. You want me to read the tax code to you guys?
How did they come up with 7,000 being the max?
That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that question. You got me. She got me. Let's give her a hand. She got me. I have no idea. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know how you said SEPs, SEP? With that one, by any chance, do you know is like those are, you could also do, like, for example, you know how is that taxable too or no?
Tax deductible.
Same thing. Okay.
Tax deductible, not tax free. Tax deductible.
Like
Does
tax
Primerica
write-offs?
do
Yes.
the SEP or the simple IRA?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do all those things. Yep.
All four of them.
All four of them. We do 401k. We do all of
So you
them.
can prospect a business.
Primerica does all of the stuff that's out there. Primerica's awesome, guys. You have no idea how amazing this company is. This company is like, it's amazing.
What securities license do you need to have to service your
Okay, good question. To open up these type of accounts, you need the SIE, okay? Then you need to pass the Series 6 and the Series 63. Guys got it?
Yes.
And that Primerica covers it.
And Primerica, oh my God, thank you. Primerica pays for all this. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Guys, when I got my securities license, Primerica didn't pay for my stuff. Back then, they didn't do that. Now, Primerica pays for all your securities license, your mortgage license. Like, you guys need to get it before Primerica says, all right, we're going back to, the Stone Age. It cost me $1,500, Jackie.
Damn.
And taking and going to a class like this, where he was talking about the book, that was extra, $300 per class.
What the?
Out of my pocket. Now Primerica has all of that for free. Free 99. It's amazing.
Quick question on that, were you able to write that off?
Yes, it's a business expense. Okay, are we done with questions?
No. Teach us, coach.
Okay, let's keep going. 5.5%, we went over this. Okay, here we go. Can I lose all my money? Remember we talked about that? What is the answer, guys? No. Unless, oh, wait. Yeah, oh no, it says up here, right? No, unless the world ends. You only lose your money when the company goes bankrupt. So rules of thumb to never lose your money is number one, never invest in one company. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And number two is invest in many big solid companies. Got it? So here's an example. Have you guys ever seen these companies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty famous, right? Brands, right? Question for you guys. What are the chances of any of these companies going bankrupt?
Maybe Big America.
At the same time? Zero.
At the same time.
Oh, no. 0.
It's not gonna happen. Again, unless it's the end of the world, okay?
What about the guy running your Roth is making mistakes?
Ooh, that's.
They gotta have their own money inside the mutual fund.
Oh.
What was the question?
What
Oh.
about if the guy running your
What if the fund manager is making it?
Oh,
Yeah, what if the financial
yeah,
manager-
that's possible. But you know what happens?
like that too?
When a fund, so who manages a mutual fund? That's the question. It's called a fund manager. What if the fund man? So his question is, what if the fund manager is messing up? He's making mistakes. You know what mutual fund companies do to those people?
Kick him out.
They get fired, and they hire a new one that is going to make money for clients, because there's competition. That's the beauty of capitalism, right? It's supply and demand. Free enterprise. I'm not forced to buy from you. If you're not making me money, and I hear that Charles Schwab or Edward Jones or Morgan Stanley is making my neighbor more money, guess what I'm going to do with my money that's with you? I'm going to take it out and roll it over somewhere else. You see what I mean? So does that company want that fund manager to be running that money? No. That's the beauty of capitalism, guys. Okay? Capitalism is great. Free enterprise is great. Imagine there you could only eat McDonald's, and that's it.
So dead. Heaven. I'm just playing.
Heaven?
I'm playing.
Oh, that explains a lot. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, how do mutual funds work? So here's how mutual funds work. You ready? I'm so dead. Okay. So mutual funds bulk up companies in different sectors. Okay? So here's a sector, the banking sector. What is this? Technology sector. What is this? The automobile sector. What is this right here? Retail sector. What is this right here? Food sector. See that? So they categorize them, and they invest in competitor companies in case one of them goes bankrupt, right? Chase might go bankrupt. You never know. The chances are really small. But if it does, what happens to the other two guys?
They go up.
Common sense.
Washington Mutual at one point.
Yeah. Remember Washington Mutual? They went bankrupt. They needed a bailout. Chase bought them out, and now it's Chase. See that? How about this? What are the chances of Ford going bankrupt?
Zero.
Very small. Very small.
So dead.
But if it does, will you lose all your money? No, you just lose a piece of your money. But it's going to balance out with the other two, because less competition, more people are going to buy Teslas, most people are going to buy GMCs. You ain't going to see no more Fords. Get it, guys? Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. That's how it works. See that? It's good. So who should have a mutual fund? Everybody should have a mutual fund. Okay?
Aww. I can't wait for you and Naomi right there.
Babe, this is how I'm going to look, so you better get with the program, right? This is me at age 67. Good jeans. You guys are so nice. Did you say something about my dad's butt?
No.
I know.
I'm
All right, pay attention, guys. We're never going to finish this training.
It's a good training.
Okay. So here's my parents before in investments, okay? They had a profit sharing at Marriott. My dad worked at Marriott Desert Springs, okay? So he had a profit sharing program. That's the retirement plan that he had. And when we showed up, we did a little investment calculation. My trainer did. And he showed my dad, look, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're only going to, because you're only getting 4% return, you're only going to accumulate $80,000 by the time you're 65 years old. Okay? So guess what? My trainer asked him, if you allow me, I'll help you how you could get better rate of return. And my dad said, pues sí. I mean, sí, mijo? Sí, dad. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. Field training. I was getting field trained. Yeah. You got to get field trained. This is the power of getting field trained, okay? So check it out. So my parents, they switched their new asset allocation that my trainer did for my parents, and he found mutual funds that were averaging 11%. And that's how much my parents have been averaging for the last 20 years that I've been here. Okay? They saved over $220,000 at retirement. My dad retired not at age 65. He retired at age 63.
Dang.
Right now, my dad is 69 years old. My dad. Okay, check this out. Their they also have a Social Security check of $1,200 a month. So he cashed out early. And he gets rental income of $1,700 a month. So he rents part of his house because all the kids are out of the house. So he hacked his house. He built a wall. And he rents part of his house for $1,700 a month, guys. That's crazy, huh? And then look at this. Currently, this is what is this? The 24th. What's today's date? So this is yesterday. Yesterday, my dad's balance is at $235,000 right now. Not a millionaire, but he started in late 40s. He didn't start when you, how old are you?
21.
Dude, you could have this, say, $2.3 million. But if you become an SNSD, then that would be $23 million. Because he's going to be making so much, he can save money.
That's it. Time to go repeat.
By the way, side note, you ready for this? My parents, at age 63, look at this, okay? At age 63, they retired with $220,000. So that means they don't work. So that means they depend on this money. They've been withdrawing every year $20,000, guys. Every year. So do the math. They retired at age 63. He's 69 right now. How many years is that?
6.
What's 6 years times 20,000 a year?
120,000.
120,000 that he's withdrawn. So how the heck? He started with 220. He withdrew 120. How does he still have $235,000? It's growing 10% or more. So while he takes out 20, next year he looks in, it already grew another 10 to 15, so he's living off the interest. My parents are financially independent. My dad has a 6th grade education. 6th grade education, speaks no English, speaks a little bit of English. He was a gardener for Marriott. She cleans homes and she takes care of hijitos. Is that crazy or what, guys? That's what we do. That's what we do for families. That's what you do. Give it up to Primerica, guys. Okay, let's speed it up. How much money should you save? Right? That's a question that a lot of people ask. The answer is 10% of your income. So for example, if you make $3,000 a month, you should be saving $300 per month. So how much money do you make? Fill in the blanks. This is for you, okay? Especially if you have a job. What's your ideal monthly savings? Okay? How much do you save right now? How much more can you save? Right? So you got to ask yourself, how much money do you make right now? Okay? How much money do you make right now? So how much should you be saving? How much are you saving right now? This is a real exercise, all right? I need you guys to, you're not going to share it. I'm not going to ask you to share it. But you write it down. You need to do a self-analysis of your finances, guys. So write it down. How much should I be saving? Boom. How much am I saving? Boom, write it down. How much more can you save? Because maybe you're saving more than 10%. So how much more can you save? Right? Can you max out your Roth IRA right now? Think about that. All you guys on Zoom, all you guys should be investing already. You guys should be investing already for your future. Be an example, right? Imagine you're in front of the client and says, do you have a mutual fund? And you're like, I was thinking of getting one after this meeting. No, too late. Everybody say too late. Too late. All right, so now let's look at a financial calculator. This is so cool right here. You're going to love this. Let's see if I could do this. Yes.
I just want to take a picture.
go for it. Did you get it? No?
Thank you.
I did have a quick question. If let's say I'm gonna use you as an example. Let's say if you're on commission and you know how cash flow usually ends on the 7th. Do you guys let's say save on the 7th or when month ends over? Like you do the 10% everything.
10% is so in Primerica. That's a good question. In Primerica, you have a thing called a MAP account. Write it down. Okay, write it down. MAP account. M-A-P, like a map, like Google Maps. Okay, MAP account is something that everybody should have in this office. Okay, we have a culture here that we save money. None of you guys are going to retire broke. All you guys are going to retire multi-millionaires. If you follow what we teach you, if you do what I'm telling you to do. Okay. So a MAP account is an account that you open where part of your commissions, a percentage that you choose of your choice, goes into this account. So you're practicing the concept of wealthy people, which is called pay yourself first. So write that down. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, okay? What does that mean? That means that, see, this is how wealthy people do it. Poor people, you know what they do? Before they get a paycheck, they pay the government first. Right? You get tax, and then you get a gross or net. What do you get? Net. You get a gross check. a gross check.
That's how I used to say it.
What's your gross income, right? So first you pay everybody. So you pay the government first, right, with taxes, and then you get the check that your paycheck, and then you're like, all right, this goes to electricity, this goes to car payment, this goes to insurance, this goes, and then whatever's left over, let's go to Disneyland. No, I'm just kidding. That's how middle class does it, right? Wealthy people don't do it like that. Wealthy people pay themselves first, right? So they go, okay, I got a check. Okay, first, this going to me, right? That's called a MAP account, guys. Do you have a MAP account, right? And then you pay your business, your investors, and if there's any money left over, then you pay the government. See how that works? That's how wealthy people do it. So hopefully you're doing that, okay? Some of you are looking at me like, Coach, I already know this. Okay, good. Are you doing it? That's the question.
Right.
Are you doing it? Del dicho al hecho, hay mucho trecho.
Well, people do it that way because they don't have jobs,
Huh?
They don't have jobs. They have businesses, they're owners.
Yeah, wealthy people, guys, are not employees. Wealthy people work for themselves. At the very least, they're self-employed. And then they graduate to opening up a corporation with an EIN number, EIN, in case you're taking notes.
EIN, yeah. When can you open an EIN?
Where? When? Whenever you want. Today. Okay. YouTube. Watch a YouTube, right? Google a YouTube video. How do I open an S corporation or a limited liability company? Not a C corp. C corp is like big, huge corporations. An S corp or limited liability company. You get an EIN number. Just Google it. Google.
How about sole proprietary?
Sole proprietary does not have an EIN number. Or DOA, DBA, I mean, doing business as, there's no EIN number in those.
Just your LLC will give you one?
LLC, limited liability company. Okay, let's look at this. Ready for this?
Yes.
Check this out.
Yes.
We're gonna use you as an example. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Maria.
All right, Maria. We're gonna make up numbers, all right, Maria? Let's say Maria saving time span. Maria, how old are you?
22.
Okay, you're super young. You should be a multimillionaire by the time you're 55 years old, right, Maria?
Yep.
22, 32, 40, 22, 32, 42, 52, 62. Let's say Maria never opens a business, right? She just does the Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but she applies the principles that we teach, right? That Primerica teaches. And she saves money for 40 years at age 62. See that? And then Maria says right here, how much money do you currently have saved? Let's say Maria started working at age 18. So she's been working for 4 years of her life, and she was smart, right? She has a dad like Raul Avila, because I'm teaching my daughters this, guys. My daughters are already investors since they got a Social Security number. My dad became an investor in his late 40s. I became an investor in my early 20s. My daughters became an investor as soon as they were born. That's called you're changing a family tree. You could do that too. Do that. Do that. Please do that. Okay, copy that. So let's say Maria had a dad like my daughters. And she started saving 10% of her income. So she was able to save $5,000 a year for the past 4 years. So she has $20,000 in the bank. But then she hears somebody talk about mutual funds and this class, and they're like, wow, right? So she opens up a Roth IRA or a mutual, just a mutual fund, okay? Forget about a Roth IRA. And she starts contributing. Let's say she makes, at age 22 now, she's making $40,000 a year. $4,000 a month. So that's $400 a month that she saves, right? 10% of her income.
Yeah.
And she's getting an 11% return. You with me?
Yeah.
What are the results? You ready? Dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. Ready, Maria? Dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. $41 million. Damn is right. $41 million. So here's a $20,000. And this is her contribution, which is $400 a month. For how many years?
40.
For 40 years. All the math is here. Look at this. Look at that. So this is her initial payment, $400 a month for 30 years, for 40 years. But the interest grew 40 million. That's how the market, this is how the wealth, this is how the rich get rich, guys. This is it right here. And this money, if you get 10% out of that, that's $400,000 per year retirement. And you'll never run out of money. And your kids will never run out of money. And your grandkids will never run out of money. And your great-grandkids will never run out of money. And then they'll put a portrait of you up in above the fireplace. I put this link in the telegrams, all right? So you guys could have it, okay? All right. Let's keep going.
What percent was that?
11%. Yeah, this was 11%.
That's lowballing.
Oh, yeah, lowballing. Look at this.
Because you said it's 18.
Let's lowball it more. Ready for this? 9%. Super lowball. Super lowball. 9% return. Still, you retire with $15 million. And that's super lowballing. That's like, this is worst case scenario. Huh? All right.
It's 0.01%.
No, this is good. This is good. What if she never hears this class, or she hears this class and doesn't do nothing?
Okay, you don't have to do it.
It's okay. You don't have to do it, Maria.
0.01%.
Maria, don't do it.
You don't have to.
Don't do it. You just get 1% at the bank.
It's 0.01%.
It's okay.
They're giving you.
It's okay.
That's highballing it.
It's okay. You can retire with 4. This is not bad. Not bad.
In 40 years,
It's not bad. Yeah. Not bad.
you lost like over $14 million. So
Are you guys going to do this or what?
yeah.
Or am I just wasting my time? Like, are you guys gonna do it? Zoom?
Hit up Eric right after the meeting for the Bootcamps.
Raul's iMac. Okay. All right, we're pretty much done. I just wanted to go over cash value versus term, but we're running out of time. See if this works. Hold on, give me 1 second, okay? It's not working. Any questions? Any questions, guys?
It's good, Coach.
Question, go ahead.
It's good, Coach Nelson.
I know you, like, back then you had to pay for your own investor license.
Yeah.
Did Primerica have their own, like, investors? Like, I don't know, explain. Like, through their own company? Like how you guys open accounts now through you guys, Primerica company. Did you guys have that back then? Or you guys had to invest through, like, other companies?
No, Primerica started with as a term insurance company only. Mutual funds didn't start like in 1981. So it started in 1977. They didn't bring in mutual fund products until like 1981 or 1980. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it took a couple years. Yeah. All right. So this is what we do, guys. Remember, cash value versus, dang, dude. To be continued next week. Sounds good? Don't miss class. All right? Because we ran out of time. You guys had great questions. Okay? So, wait. Hold on. I'm not done. I have to give you a cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. This is a cliffhanger. All right. Some of you are like, what's a cliffhanger? Cash value life insurance. Insurance and savings bundled together. So this is what we don't do, right? Everybody say boo. Husband and wife get a life insurance policy of $150,000, paying $295 a month. And part of that money goes to pay for the insurance, and part of that money goes to pay for the cash value, right? But it has nasty rules. The first, but I'm going to show you two, and then next week I'm going to show you all of them. I'm going to do a breakdown, and I'm going to break it down really good, okay? So the first rule is that in the first 5 years, there's no savings. So imagine putting your money in a place and they sell it like an investment, where you call them after 3 years and you say, what's my balance? And they say 0. How would you feel?
Mad, bro.
Right? Would you want to keep your money there still? No, but wait. You have to wait. It's a long-term investment. That's the way they sell it, right? Number 2, you lose your savings if you die. Not on all of them, but like about 90% of policies out there have our whole life or option A on universal life. So if you do the math here, from age 35 to 65 is 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So after 30 years, your basically your monthly payment equals $106,000. You get your money back. That's how they sell it. Hey, if you live, wouldn't you want all your money back? It sounds appealing. It sounds like a good deal. You see what I mean? Right. But there's a better plan. And here's what we teach. We're going to get the family and put them in by term insurance and investments. You already know everything about investments now, right? So we're going to separate them both. Investments or mutual funds and term insurance, which has no savings. So instead of bundling it together, we're going to separate them. Does that make sense? All right. So why? Because it's better, right? We do what's right 100% of the time. This is what we're talking about. When we say that motto, a ver, show me what you mean by that, Raul. This is what we mean by that, right here. Look at this. If you buy term insurance for $84 a month, you could get $300,000 each, right? And the difference of $295 is $211. At 10% Roth IRA, you're going to accumulate $438,000. Tax-free. And this is a real investment. Fake investment. In fact, in the book, when you're studying to get your life insurance license, it says that cash value insurance is not an investment. It's illegal to call it an investment. It's illegal. But insurance agents, they do that all the time. So what's better, guys? If John dies, the family gets $300,000 plus whatever's in the savings, or if John dies, the wife only gets $150,000 and she loses the savings. No brainer. See that? If John lives, he gets to have $438,000. Over here, if John lives, he only gets $100,000. Huge difference. It's a no-brainer. You win in the short term and you win in the long term. That's why we do what's right 100%. And can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe that there's only one company that does this 100% of the time? That's Primerica. Give Primerica a hand, guys. So look at this. If client dies too soon, family gets $300,000 tax-free. If client lives too long, the family gets $438,000 tax-free. Tax-free, 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 tax-free.
Tax-free.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So next week, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you, these are two of like a huge list, guys. Next week, we're gonna go over and break down universal life, index universal life, whole life. We're gonna break them down, and you're gonna master them. Okay? So.